Good evening, ladies. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I want to speak to you about, now remember, I need to remind you, ladies, that I'm not just speaking to those of you that are in class tonight. I'm speaking to everybody out there in our class that's going to be listening later. Some of you students are in a spot where you are not going to pass this module. So in an effort to help, I have come up with a project. Now, I'm going to show you in just a moment where this project is. Ladies, if you have an A, and gentlemen, sorry, I have a couple of gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, if you have an A, B, or C, don't ask me to do the project. Continue to do your work because you're successful with that work. I have a couple of students that, you know, their iPad or their computer isn't jiving. So I'm coming up with something different and alternative so this module can be successful for them. And I'm just going to tell you, I am so ready for this module to be over with. I used to love it. It used to be one of my favorites. It used to be fun, but it does not translate well online. And don't think that I haven't told it to every administrator who will listen to me twice, 3 times, and sometimes 5 or 6 times. So I'm hoping that this trial and error class, which we're the maiden voyage, right? We're the first ones out there, that, you know, now that we've gone through it, I've gone through it, you've gone through it, my kids have gone through it. Everybody, the other instructors are having the same issue. It's not just us. So at least we know that, at least I feel like, okay, I'm not completely off the mark with everything. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to show you the project. Again, if you have an A, B, or C, this project is not for you. I'm showing it to the students who are going to need that help, okay? So I'm going to share my screen. So when you get into Zanzibar, I'm going to be moving y'all all around so I can get to stuff. Yeah, this is where we are. Y'all had to stop and think about which module we're on. I'm already working on for your work in the next module. I get a little confused. Okay, so we're going to go to news and announcements, but there's a little place right here when you pull up, you should be able to see. So when you read this, it says project. I even put a voice recording on there for you. I'm going to try not to put voice recordings on everything, but I have been tempted. I just think it's neat. I don't know. Fun. So click on project. And I have a detailed description of what I want you to do. The project is going to be, when I say a fairly large project, I don't mean like it's going to take you 50 hours or anything like that. But what I need everyone to understand that's going to be taking advantage of this project is it's taking the place of a lot of your assignments that you're supposed to have done during this module. I can't just give you one little thing. I have to equal out that time. And I also came up with a project that was directly related to the SIM charting. Okay, so project is under news and announcements. I put a little voice recording on, and then here are your instructions. If you have any questions about that, please reach out to me. All right, the next thing, and I think that you guys can help out with this, is Daria is having a hard time uploading. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I'm going to, y'all don't tell on me. I'm going to get in somebody's account. Hang on just a minute, because I want to be able to show Daria what she needs to do step by step. And y'all help me because I don't do this, right? This is not something I do every day. So let's see. Okay, Daria, are you with me?
I'm still here.
Okay, so when you come into your course, your current courses, and you're in 157, right? Okay, so we're going to go into 157. We're going to go to our coursework. And this is just a list of your assignments that you need to do. So I have to find one that the student hasn't done. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and open this one. And if it messes it up, I'll just tell her I messed it up. So when you open it, you see right here where it says upload file.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to create a document, or you can create, you can write it down on notebook paper and take a picture of it and email it to yourself and then save it on your device. Okay, if you don't have, like you're doing it on your iPad, if you cannot do that, do you see this little place right here? It says add comment.
Mm-hmm.
You can just put, like, when I've asked completed in Sims, when I've asked for that, and you can save that. And then see, I can see that you've told me something. See there, it comes in. If you want to upload a file, you upload and you choose a file. And it's going to be a file that you've already saved to your computer, okay? Let's see, what can I do? I'll do the events. Okay, I've chosen the file that I want to upload and I'm going to open it. And then down here it says finished uploading, and then you want to insert it.
And see, I go through that whole step and then add file.
Add file. Hang on. There's one more step. What step am I missing, y'all?
Let me see.
Check, or if you're finished, turn in. You click
The
turn
green
in your.
box.
Correct.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
have to
box.
click the green box.
It say you
Click it.
can't go back after that, right?
Yeah, and it tells you the assignment has been turned in, so you no longer are able to edit or anything.
But
Yeah,
if you needed to add something, you can always put it in
Thank you.
comments. Because see, you can say comment number 2. Kelly, I am sorry I messed your assignment. She's gonna get in tomorrow and say, what in the world? So see, when you make a comment, Daria, I can see that. Also, let me find something. If you create a document like you wrote, you have, let me find something. Let's see, let me find something small. Let me just do this. So if you've created a document, and this is a discussion question, and you want to, you type out your answer, you can copy it, and then you can go back over here and add a comment. Watch, you can paste it. And so see, you can type out your document and copy and paste it in comments if your iPad is not allowing you to upload. So you see, I have it. Even though it's not in the upload portion of it, that little person, oh, I don't know where it's at. See this little person right here? Whenever I pull up assignments to check attendance, that little person pops up beside the assignment. And so I try to look at every single one of them. And if I know you're going to be putting something in comments, I'm going to automatically go check it. Okay.
All right.
So,
And Donald Pleasant sells everything.
well, I hope I gave you some information that helped.
Yeah, let's just do the comments now. And
Right,
then just from it goes through. I'm gonna just do the comments.
Okay, that works for me. Just do the comments. Even with the question of the day, put it in the comments because we want to get you that attendance every single day. Even though attendance does not go against your grade, I'm doing progress reports right now. And let me tell you something, your grade and your progress percentage are almost matching. If your attendance is less than 50%, guess what your grade's going to be? Even though it doesn't correlate, it just means you're not doing your assignments, right? So that's how it makes sense. So I am very proud, and I have to tell you, administration has been bragging on class for a while now because I'm going to say 95% of our class is right up there. No issues. That's pretty good for 62 students, right? I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of you ladies. All right, I'm gonna stop yakking This will be our last quiz for module 157. Now, I've had to come up with these quizzes off of random stuff, and the reason I'm going over every single question is because, for example, a couple of these questions is talking about Norma Washington. Who recognizes the name Norma Washington?
Me.
She's in your sim charting, right? Some ladies have not had the opportunity to be able to do that. And so I'm going over this quiz step by step by step, simply to give you the information. Excuse me. And I just think it's fair to do it that way, simply because some of these students, I still have a hurricane student that has no Wi-Fi. So you understand, I'm dealing with lots of different things here. And so I'm trying to make it fair across the board. Okay, that is not fair, Kedra. I see that cute baby and all I want to do is play with her. All right. So here we go. There are going to be a total of 20 questions, and there's lots of true and false. Who likes true and false? I don't like true or false. It makes me very nervous. I want more than a 50-50 chance at something. There are lots of true and false on this particular quiz because I couldn't come up with anything else to put in. So I chose the true and false. So, okay. So number 1 says, which method of payment is not accepted at the medical office? Check, a third-party check, cash, or credit card?
Third-party check.
A third-party check. For those of you who don't know what a third-party check is, which, guys, we're living in a different era, and you would be surprised. A third-party check would be like me going to the doctor and my mom giving me a check to pay for it. That's a third party. You can't do that. So a third-party check. Patient payments are documented on the patient's ledger, in the medical record, on insurance tracers, on the patient ledger, and on the day sheet.
Last one.
The patient ledger and the day sheet. Remember, I've given those definitions or defined patient day sheet. That's why, so you guys would know what they were. Okay, so these are the ones about Mrs. Washington. Boy, her and Mrs. Wainwater, they've been around a long time and they are really
Okay. Okay.
And every year, every 8 months, they don't get any better. I keep seeing the
Right.
same stuff over and over.
No, I feel like I know them by now.
Okay.
No, we need to graduate them with y'all so we can get somebody else in here, I'm telling you. Okay, M17 is the final ICD-10-CM diagnosis code for Norma Washington's follow-up visit. That is false. Okay. Which of the following is not a procedural code used in Norma Washington's visit? I'm just going to tell you the answer. It's 99202. I got the vapors all of a sudden. Hot flash. Okay. So, in order to file a clean insurance claim, the AMA, which is the administrative medical assistant, should confirm billing information with the patient at each visit, monthly, twice a year, or yearly.
Monthly.
Every visit.
It's monthly.
Every single visit.
I got everything still with so much.
I'm not gonna lie, they don't do it.
I know,
But
I was thinking.
For exam purposes, please, it's every visit.
Okay.
Y'all, I've been there. I've worked in the real world of it. It don't happen. Let me tell you, January 1st, usually about 6 months into the year, you don't hear anything else because Medicare and all of that comes up the first of the year. And so they're making all those changes. Anyway, okay, I can get off on that. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, diagnostic and procedural codes are a required field in the claim form for reimbursement? Okay, let's think about that question. Diagnostic and procedure codes are required field in a claim form for reimbursement. If you don't have a procedure code or diagnosis code, can you bill anything? So they are a required field, so that is true. Okay. What term is given to the outstanding balance of a patient's account? What term is given to the outpatient? We'll try it again. What term is given to the outstanding balance of a patient's account? Receivable, payable, delinquent, or non-secure?
Is it receivable?
It's receivable. You need to receive that cash. When are payments by patients? Y'all, let's breathe a second. I don't know what's wrong with me. All right, I'm gonna get it together now. Okay, when are payments by patients at the medical office posted? When are we posting the patient's payments? Prior to seeing the provider, at the time the payment is made, when the insurance company pays at the end of the day.
Barb,
At the time it's made?
Okay, I'm gonna read it again because I got all verklempt there.
okay.
When are payments by patients at the medical office posted? When the patient comes in and they give you the money, when do we post that? Prior to seeing the provider, at the time the payment is made, when the insurance company pays, or at the end of the day? At the time the payment is made. Okay, now this is a little tricky. You know, we talked about the last test. When should you get your copayment?
Yeah, when you go in.
When you go in. That's what the
Right.
book learning says. How many of you pay before you go to the doctor? We don't. Sometimes real world and the book stuff clash, right? So this kind of contradicts that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you're going to make the payment when you walk out. And when you hand that lady that money, she doesn't just go poop. She adds your payment in when you make the payment. So kind of put yourself in that mindset. I'm in the doctor's office. What am I doing? What are they going to do whenever I give them whatever? Okay. Suppose Mr. Caudle stated he wanted to wait and pay his portion of the bill after the insurance company pays. Which statement reflects the best answer to this request in an office that requires copayment at the time of service? What offices require copayment at the time of service? If they're compliant, every single one. They want their copayment. Okay. So what's the correct response to someone who's asking to pay after the insurance pays? I will ask the doctor if you can wait and pay later. I would not advise you do that if you want to keep your job. So, sure, you have been a patient here a long time. Nope. It is our policy to collect payment at the time of service from all patients. Aha, but listen, there's one more. If you need to make arrangements for payment, please talk to the office manager. Okay, so it's our policy to collect co-payments at the, when they're due at the time of service. That is correct. But if you have a patient standing in front of you that's in a financial hardship, they've been a patient for a long time, to set it in your scenario, you want to offer him a resolution to his problem, because then what happens is they say, oh, they care for me. They really care that I can't pay. So you're going to pass that off to the office manager, or they're going to tell you if you're a payment poster, or you take payments, or you check patients out, they're going to give you the guidelines. Okay, another true or false. When accepting a credit card for payment, the medical assistant should verify the name and the expiration date on the credit card. Yeah,
True.
it's true. It's true. Another true and false. Payments are accepted via mail, but not over the phone.
That's false.
That's false. That's a newfangled thing, huh? Now that they got them little.
Right.
At the school, they pull it up on the computer and just push the numbers into the computer and it sends it out. I was like, whoa, that's cool. Okay. A patient's outstanding balances are accounts payable. What did we just say they were?
Receivable.
Receivable.
We said they were accounts receivable, so that's false. Which of the following is not a guideline for phone collections? Not a guideline. The keyword is not. Call the patient in privacy. Call between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Determine the identity of the person you are speaking to, or show hostility toward the patient for not paying.
Show
Still
hostility.
hostility.
That's silly, right? But I had to put it in because I thought, who's going to not read that word not and really remember? Okay. When a patient has a balance on their account, a blank is prepared, which will show any changes within the last month. A patient statement, a super bill, a claim, a day sheet. So
Is it date?
Oh.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I told y'all that gnat keeps coming. It's like kamikaze gnat. It's a patient statement. At the end of every month, as a coder, I worked my AR, accounts receivable, and I printed out those forms. And anybody that had made a payment and their account was at zero didn't get a patient statement. But anybody that had money they owed, they have to get a patient statement. Okay, payments are documented at the end of each week. No. When are they documented?
At the end of the day.
Documented at the end of the day? Well, on your day sheet, you're going to be writing it on the day sheet and you're going to reconcile it at the end of the day. But when you get a payment, you put it in right then, right?
Okay, okay.
But you can reconcile your money. I mean, Kedra, it's a little bit, it's because you're going to reconcile, you're going to add up everything that you put on your day sheet and you're going to count your money out, right? And so you, just like when you're a cashier and you get your till at the end of the night and you have to balance with those numbers, you
Right.
have to do that everywhere that you take cash or credit cards or whatever. You have to make sure that your till, your money is there and it's correct. Okay. Suppose after receiving Casey's insurance claim, the company notified the Office of Claims Denial because the insurance claim form was incomplete. Omission of which information would prompt a denied claim? Okay, so let's think about CMS 1500 form. Patient's name, patient's date of birth. You have to have their insurance on there, right? If you need an
Yes.
authorization number, do y'all remember which line it goes on? Line number 23? And you
Yes.
get that authorization number when you call the insurance company. Okay, so here we go. Which one would prompt a denied claim? Group number, contract number, diagnosis code, or any of the above information?
Any of the above.
Yeah.
Any of the above information, because we need that group number, right? Because that's what tells them which patient that's going to be billed for. The insurance, you know, like X, if you're Blue Cross Blue Shield, it's like XUB, whatever. That's your member number. Okay, so any of the above. Okay. Suppose a new patient comes into the office with their teenage child. How can the medical assistant determine if a child is really covered by their parent's insurance if the insurance card does not have a notation for family coverage? So how would we find that out? Ask the parent of proof of coverage. Look for the child's name on the insurance card. Call the telephone number on the insurance card for eligibility, or check the effective date of coverage.
Call the number on the card.
You're going to call for eligibility. Good job. Okay, so true or false? Math skills are not important for the medical assistant because everything is done on the computer.
False.
See, I put some easy ones in there. Only payments made at the medical office are recorded on the day sheet. All payments are going to be recorded on a day sheet. So that's false.
False.
A day sheet tracks all of the patient's transactions for one specific day in a medical office.
True.
It's true. That's all transactions. Woohoo! That's the test. Oh, see, not too bad, huh? Do we have any questions?
No, ma'am. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, I am so happy. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in our Zoom tonight. So next week, we end the module on Thursday. So let's see, what can we do? We'll probably do ICD-10 coding next week. How does that sound?
Okay.
Sounds a lot more fun than this, right? Well, it can't be fun every time, y'all. Hi, baby.
He is too cute.
Thank you. She's waving at y'all. So say y'all hi.